design days like a playbook page. Color code goals and I live that way. Intervals inbox, calendar sprints. Brain doing burpees, focus on 10%. Boardroom baseline, pivot on the glass. Quarter-hour drills, how I handle the pass. Treat every loss like film I can watch. Slow it down, frame by frame, reload. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live. Hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked in quick. From the ground to the peak, yeah, I built that brick. Business like sports, I bleed for this. Leadership, hustle in my callous fist. Hit that brainwave switch, watch the whole world flip. From a thought to a thing, I design that script. Neurons run laps when the doubt told loud. I reroute tracks, take a different route. Connectivity buzzing like a huddle at half. I pass vision out, then we all attach. Chest day meetings, leg day calls. Heavy decision, low risk, high cost. Still I stack habits like reps on a rack. Discipline deposit, interest comes back.
Who leads when it hurts? Who speaks when it's tense? Who shares every win? Who holds every L? I coach my own mind from the bench to the hill. Every thought is a drill. Every fear gets spelled.
FACE, lace, racing. Heart rate rise, but I still embrace it. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live. Hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked in quick. From the ground to the peak, yeah, I built that brick. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live.
Okay, yeah, we are live. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Zoom, and we are live on Instagram. What's going on? Excuse my face, okay? Excuse my face today because I'm a little bit under the weather, just a little bit. Not a lot of it, just a little bit. So, I look a little tired. But, I'm in good spirits. You might have to see me pause a little, a little bit just to get some of that stuff out, okay? New York City, I don't know, man. It's a little cold. Weather's bipolar. All right. So today, Mindset Mastery. If people don't know you, they can't pay you. I want to make this so clear. People don't know you, they can't pay you. Let's make this super clear. Let's make this super clear. If people don't know you, they cannot pay you. So this is an opportunity for you to step up, for you to share, for you to get some confidence, for you to get some courage, for you to show yourself that it's not so bad, right? It's really not so bad. It's an opportunity for you to share who you are, express what your business is or your business ideas, and let's help you out and let's see what we can make of it, right? If we can help you build, that's something that we would love to do. So let's continue to go. Let's make it possible. Come on, buddy, take it easy. That's Buddy. Buddy is going to be making some noises here and there. If you're on Zoom, you're good. If you're on YouTube, you're good. If you are on Instagram, you might hear a little bit of noise from Bud. But with that being said, let's get started. Let's get started. First things first, let's break out the formula, right? Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Let me know, put a thumbs up if you can see me fully on the screen and you can see the little graphic on the side. Or, let me know in the chat if it's vice versa. Right now that we start recording, Buddy wants to play with stuff, making noise. Hold on one second. Yeah, get up off of that. All right, get up off of that, buddy. Okay, so we're going to go through the formula: renovate, innovate, collaborate. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Somebody put in the chat RIC. Put in the chat RIC. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Put in the chat. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Okay, let me know. So RIC method, renovate, innovate, collaborate, is going to allow you to always know your next steps. You're going to be able to see your next steps. And the reason why we want to help you out is because if we help you become the best of the best, you would then allow other people to become the best of the best. And this is how we create a better world. Come up here then. Come up here. Come up here. Come. Come on. Come. Okay. Sometimes, when they don't get the attention they need, they start crying. Remind me of some people. They don't get the attention they want, they start crying. Okay? Don't start crying, bud. Take it easy. All right, cool. So let's see. RIC, first step in renovation is being able to renovate. When you think about renovation, what comes to mind? Let us know in the chat. When you think about renovation, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? You might be dealing with a certain set of circumstances. You might be saying to yourself, hey, whatever I'm dealing with right now, it might be hard on me. Okay, that may be true. Whatever you're dealing with right now may be hard on you. That's something that is true. However, it's not truth. It's just a belief. So when you think about the belief, when you think about the aspect of it, it's like this. Whatever you may feel that is true could also not be true. So if it can also not be true, how can we look at it from a perspective and make it work for our favor? So if you say life is hard, you're casting a spell, you're speaking it into existence, and you're saying, hey, my life is hard right now. Your current situation isn't your final destination. So we know that just because it's hard right now doesn't mean that it would be hard for long term. Right? Make sense? So we need to be optimistic. Maybe it's hard right now. Maybe there's a condition right now. In order for us to overcome this condition, maybe there's a condition right now. In order for us to get to that next level, we need to go through this condition. Right? You ever think about, like, if you are going to make it to a new level of life, how are you going to do that? Just by simply waking up? No, you have to be tried. You have to be tested. You have to have some turmoil you go on in your life. You have to have some things that will knock you down, because the idea is for you to pick yourself up. The idea is for you to get back up. Somebody put get back up in the chat. Put get back up in the chat. That's the idea. The idea is for you to be able to get back up. So if you're saying to yourself, right now, I'm dealing with a lot of struggles, which ways can we rewire the mind around the struggles? Which ways can we rewire the mind around what could potentially be hurting us? Good. That's almost done, right? All right, cool. That's almost done. You got 3 more minutes of that noise. But bear with us right now. We're live and direct. So which way can you see this differently? How could you see this obstacle as an opportunity? What is this obstacle given to you right now, the opportunity for you to do? Think about it. Think about it. So whatever your challenge is in life right now, whatever you are going through, you will get through. And the idea for you to see this is that pathway that you are creating when you get through it is another infinity stone for you, right? Another infinity stone that goes into your knowledge bank. And now you know how to navigate these waters. So, like, let's say right now you're dealing with a tough time in finances. It's not for you to get upset. It's not for you to get mad about the finances or mad about where you're at with your situation. It's for you to figure out how to not be in this situation again. It's for you to figure out how to not be in this situation again. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, you apply whatever it is that you learn. You want to get down? Okay, go on. Whatever you learn, you now want to apply it in a way that is a systematic approach. So, for example, If you say to yourself right now, I don't have the money to be able to live the life I want to live, that's not a crime and it's not a bad thing. It's not anything wrong with you. You didn't do anything wrong. However, this is a life lesson, right? So the life lesson is what got you into this position. Whatever has gotten you into this position won't be the thing that gets you out of this position. So let's say what got us into this position with finance is that we spend money on a lot of things that just get trapped. Like our money just gets trapped. So for example, clothes. That's because a lot of us spend money on clothes. We just spend money. You go in your closet, all the money that you could spend on yourself is inside of that closet. Okay, how do we extrapolate that money? And then we use this exercise, we use this learning experience going forward as a way to make sure we never back in this situation. Well, one of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure we itemize what's workable and what's non-workable. Sometimes there are things that you are doing that you love to do, that you want to do, but it's just not workable. How many times do we do that? How many times do we do things that's just not workable? It hasn't given us the result, but we're still doing it. So renovate. So now we must renovate how and what we believe. So how we believe things. Blessings. Okay, that's going to turn off for us. And then we no longer have to worry about that for now. All right, good. So how do we renovate our beliefs? Because basically what you have in your life right now is based upon what you believe. You ever heard the saying, if you see it, you believe it? Because some of us seeing is believing. So since we don't see the money in the account right now, we might not believe it. But in actuality, life works the other way around. You must believe this, and then you will see this. And it's working all the time this way, because sometimes we do this. We'll say, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, because deep down inside, you actually believe that this would happen. So guess what? It manifested. It took place. Something took place. Something took place based upon the world that you created here first. Let me go stop that because I think that will keep alerting us. Right. Back to the regular scheduled programming, ladies and gentlemen. So what what ways are you thinking right now? Write them down. Figure it out because a lot of times we think that we're progressing, but we're actually regressing. And the reason for that is because we're having the same thoughts. And if you have the same thoughts, guess what? You're going to have the same outcomes. Most people don't talk about this, but wealth is created through conversations. It's not only created through conversations, but conversations is the baseline. It's the conduit. It's like the water, right? Water is a conductor. Your conversations is a conductor. It's going to navigate where you go. Your thoughts manipulate your life. See, I'm not just saying your thoughts, as in thoughts that you have taken and downloaded from your own perception. I'm saying your thoughts, the thoughts that are coming to you, because these thoughts that you think that you have are other people's thoughts. But it's all of our thoughts because we are tapped in under one consciousness. So here's the good part about this. If this is all of our thoughts and we have millionaires and billionaires, then guess what? We can mimic what they do as well and become millionaires and billionaires. That's how we got to this position. I'm not telling you to recreate the wheel. Bro, you see me on live? When I had you up here, you wanted to get down. When you're down, now you want to get up. See, this is a good example for everyone. A good example because we do the same thing. We are attracted to what we don't have. So we complain about what we lack. And then when we get what we lack, now we complain about the other aspect about it. Let me know in the chat if that's true. Let me know in the chat right now if that's true. Come on, bud. Come up here. All right. See, never mind. You just want me to play around with you. I'm not doing it right now. I didn't play with you for the whole day. Okay, right now I'm on live. So people that need my support. Thank you for your patience. So where are you looking at it from? Which perspectives are you looking from? Right? Which perspectives are you looking from? Because what is happening in your life right now is a manifestation from your mind. What is happening in your life is a manifestation from your mind. So if you are picking up anything that I'm putting down right now, you need to cultivate your mind as the first place of existence in which you dwell in. Where do you dwell in your mind? In your mind, are you dwelling in chaos? Well, I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes you can tell exactly what you're dealing with based upon the external structures around you. And what I mean by that is if you have a lot of junk around you and you're operating from a space of clutteredness or cluttery, you will tend to be cluttered in the mind. This is why we love to have a clean, safe space. But there are times where you're going to have a space that is not clean. You're going to operate in that and you're going to find production in it because you can produce in any arena. However, that's not something that is sustainable. So we need to now rewire the way we operate. So rewire your beliefs because your beliefs is basically what is giving birth to what you have in the manifested world. So the way that we look at it is like this. If you were to plant a seed and this was an apple seed, which fruit will grow once the tree has taken root, the tree has blossomed, and the tree has now become a full-blown tree? Which fruit would which fruit would you have? Which fruit would you have? Let me know in the chats. Let me see what they're saying on YouTube. Let me know in the chats. Okay, let me see what they're saying on Instagram. Let me know in the chats. Let me see what they're saying on Zoom. Put it in the chat. If you plant an apple seed, which fruit do you get? Bruh, do you want to sit there or you want to get up here? It's like dogs and children do the same thing, right? When you're not talking to them, you're talking to someone else, they want to talk all day. When you start talking to them, now they have nothing to say. What's up? Make up your mind, bud. So don't let that be you. Okay. So if we said an apple will grow from that tree, then you're right. So if you are planting seeds of doubt in your mind, what type of fruit grows? What type of fruit grows? All right, never mind. What type of fruit grows? If you are planting seeds of doubt in your mind, which type of fruits grow? That tree is going to blossom into what type of tree? Takesha, I see what you be going through when you getting on live and your child's be calling you. I see, because every time I look to go pick him up, he's duping me. But he's sitting here crying. It's like, okay, like, what's happening? So confusion, someone said. Okay, doubt. Someone said rotten. Someone said dead ones. I want you to make it so explicit so it's not confusing to you. If you plant the seeds of doubt, what type of tree, what type of fruit grows on that tree? Let's make it so simple so we get it, so it's so clear. If we have apple seeds and we plant apple seeds, what type of fruit grows on those trees? Everyone said apples. But now when I'm asking you about doubt, everyone has a different answer. Literally, everyone had a different answer. But it should be the same answer, just like how it was with the apple seeds. So if you plant a seed of doubt, what type of fruit grows in that tree? Let us know what type of fruit grows in that tree. If you plant a seed of doubt, there we go. So doubt grows, right? So if you're saying to yourself, if you're doubting yourself in any way, and you're saying, "Hey, look, man, I don't think this is going to get done," then guess what? It will not get done. It will not get done. Oh, you hear him cutting up? All right. See if you can put him in there, Roddy, please.
He's happy to me. Sorry. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
What is funny? Sorry about that, Takesha. I know you got mom ears. Mom ears are different. Mom ears can hear, they can hear anything and everything. I remember I used to be playing video games downstairs with the volume on one. I needed a little bit. Volume was on one. Grandma come down, turn that game off. Damn, grandma, chill. We used to pretend like we turned the game off. We would put the little game cover in front of the light and then walk away. And then she'll come downstairs. I still hear that game on because she hear the white noise, a little white noise that we didn't really pay attention to as kids, but they pay attention to. And she'll pull a plug. Now we done lost all the games that we didn't get to save. It's like, all right, we're going to bed, man. Forget about it. So you can't outsmart the moms, man. But anyway, so if you plant a seed of doubt, you will grow fruit of doubt. This you cannot escape it. So what we want to do is we want to renovate. We don't want to recreate it. We're not saying let's now no longer plant seeds and let's go make clouds, rain clouds. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is, being that you are planting seeds everywhere you go, make sure you are innovating on which seeds you are planting because you are going to reap what you right. So if you're going to reap what you sow, I want you to think about it even in a greater way. You don't even reap just what you sow, you reap more than what you sow. Watch. Let's put it in perspective. If you were late getting up and you were going to work and you was going to work late, typically something else starts to happen. Like you don't just go to work and you're just late and that's it. No, you start getting into traffic, you start doing other things. Just a lot of what happens is we call it a avalanche, right? A snowball effect. Now it trickles down. So now not only are you late, now something else happens, and then something else happens, what we will call compound interest. If you're holding on to your money and you're not investing your money, the dollar is losing value day by day. So you are now giving away money with compound interest. You're not gaining compound interest. So I know some of us are like, yeah, I don't have money, so I'm going to hoard my money. I'm going to save my money. That's not going to help you get out of the situation. That's just going to prolong your situation. If you're going out fishing and you say, I have bait, but I only have two pieces of bait and I don't want to use my bait. Okay, if you don't use your bait and you only have two pieces of bait, you're not going to catch any fish. It just makes sense, right? Let me know in the chat if it makes sense, because maybe I'm just losing it because Buddy was over here, have me distracted. Maybe that's the case. It's not the case. Okay, the case is you won't get that fish. Same thing. So if you are operating under the mindset of, you know what, I have the seed of doubt. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I can't do it. I'm going to see. No, it has to be, I'm going to do it. And I have to use what I have now in order to get to that next level. I have to, because that's why you have it. And I thought about this too in the past. It was like, I had the money to be able to do, I think it was, I can't forget. I don't know why I forgot. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me, and I'll share that story with you all. But for right now, you don't want to say to yourself, like, let's say, for example, I'll just give you an analogy. So you have $100 in your account, and you're looking at your account, and you say, hey, this is all I have. All I have is $100 in my account. And then something popped up that you needed the $100 to do, but in your mind, you said, you know what? If I spend the $100, I'm going to be broke now. But spending the $100 will actually bring you back more money or bring you more opportunity. So let me know in the chat right now, would you actually spend that? I know everyone's going to say yes. Everyone's going to say, yeah, if I knew it was going to bring me back this. And a lot of times we're operating under the guise of certainty. Let me fix my camera. I don't understand why it's like this on Zoom. But most of us operate under the guise of certainty. There isn't any certainty, okay? Except for death, taxes, in losing friends and family. That's it. That's guaranteed to happen. Money is guaranteed to come in and guaranteed to go out. You know, But nothing else is truly guaranteed. Like you don't know if it's going to work. It might not work, and it may not work out in the way that you want it to work out. But maybe when you do put your best foot forward, what you're going to get is a life lesson that teaches you how to now be better, so that way this doesn't happen again. Now, why is this important? Well, this is important because when it comes to changing your mindset, when it comes to now mastering your mind, you are going to be tried with something that will test your current ability. And you're going to feel like it goes against what you naturally believe in. But how could you become somebody new by holding on to the old beliefs that you have? So you would have to, at some point, let go of who you used to be to open up the door for who you can become. So when we say renovate, innovate, collaborate, the first step is changing who you are. It doesn't mean getting rid of who you are or becoming somebody brand new, but what it means is the person that got you to this point won't be the person that gets you to the next point. You must become somebody different. Like I remember going back on my journey of getting back to working out. Now I work out more than I have worked out before in the past, when I was going through my slump because I was so focused just on making money that I was losing my talents. I was losing my ability to be fit, and I was struggling with that. And I'm just being honest with you all because it didn't help me. But I had to look myself in the mirror and I say, this is part of my journey. This is a necessary step that I have to get over. I've always been a person that work. I've been in the gym for 3 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours. I would do it. Now I'm back on that wave, but you have to remember with yourself, it's going to take time. Everybody put time in the chat. So you have to give yourself a little room for growth. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. But during the time that you're giving yourself, what you want to do is you want to be making incremental improvements. So everyone put in the chat progress. So now how we bring it full circle, right? So what you need to operate on, you need to innovate the things that would give you the most progress. The things that would give you the most progress. What's up, Harry? It's good to see you. The things that would give you the most progress. Write it out. Take a second and write it out. Take a second, write it out. What have you already done that has given you progress? And what could you do that can continue to give you progress? Write it out. This would be good for yourself, or just think it out. Some of you, you might not be in a position to write, so that's fine. But you're in a position to think, though. So think. Okay. If people don't know you, they can't pay you. So how do you master your mind to elevate your life, to simplify your success? How do you do that? You see how when I'm talking, he just starts moving again? But what you doing, bud? I think he took somebody's sock. It wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. So I want you to think about it, right? If you are going to innovate who you are, if you're going to operate in a new way, how are you going to do it? How are you going to get in your position of power if you are not clear on what it is that you want, if you're not clear on where you're going, if you are not being in motion and being active as the star of your story? So now the thing that we want to innovate, the thing that we want to change and operate is that internal belief, right? So we know which things are going to make us progress more. So we know that now. Now that we have thought about it, we say, okay, these things are making us progress. Okay, let's get rid of the stuff that's not workable, but let's keep what's workable and let's expand on it. Just like we went through the assess, assign, align yesterday, right? On the Mindset Mondays. What we want to do is now we say, okay, which beliefs do I need to adapt? Which beliefs do I need to adapt? For me, the beliefs I needed to adapt, just changing up a little bit, getting back on live, going back in person, just meeting people, building with them, and just, traveling a little bit, right? And I started to see, oh, wow, I remember why I was doing this in the first place. Because as your body moves, your brain grooves. So you start to get these downloads, you start to open up new pathways, and you start to have new neurons fire in ways that allow you to be more successful. So I'm saying to you all, renovate. Which aspect are you going to renovate? What's going on? AJ, what's happening? So, if you're looking, by the way, it's a little shameless plug. If you're looking for a videographer, someone who can help you out with your content, and you are in Atlanta, or if you're anywhere, he can travel to you, even if you're across the seas. AJ, go ahead and follow him because he's someone that can definitely help you out and has helped me out in a lot of ways. So, you're renovate, innovate, collaborate. How would you like to innovate your belief system? Here's the number one thing I want you to write down for yourself. Whatever's not working, you get rid of it. You hear what I'm saying? Whatever's not working, you get rid of that. You must change your beliefs. You must adopt a new belief. Now, here's where it starts to get fun. You now must change the way you operate. So the renovate, innovate, collaborate, this method, the innovation part is basically how you apply things, what you do, the mode of operation. So if you were a person that sleeps late and you love it. You love it to the core. You're like, hey, I like to sleep in. Okay, I would like for you to think when you break up your day, you break up your day in three parts. So we have the first part of the day which is creativity. So we have like from 4:30 a.m. all the way to noon. This creative time frame gives you the ability to multiply your income, the ability to be in Zen, to have peace of mind, to have your nervous system calm, to have yourself regulated. This is something that is key. You need this time. Trust me. If you think that you don't need this time, this is why people drink coffee. But being that they drink coffee, they make it a dependency. So now, being that it's a stimulant that allows you to be wired, you're depending on that. And when your body starts depending on those things, it becomes a drug. So now you can't live without it, but coffee is not as healthy as just drinking like celery juice or pineapple juice or beet juice. And you cause deficiencies within your system. And that will come back to haunt you later. So, you don't want to depend on those type of stimulants, but all right, cool. So how do we change how we operate? Do we get up earlier? Do we have a softer tone with people? Maybe we are aware of our tone inflection. Maybe we have a happier attitude. Maybe we change our posture. Maybe we're more confident. Maybe we're more effective in less time. Make sense? Like if it took you, like for some of us, it takes so long to do something that takes a short amount of time. Let's change it. Let's change how we operate. Let's flip that. And then we need to collaborate. So how do we collaborate? We collaborate with people who are already doing what it is that we would love to do, or they are in the same space like us where they are going to that direction. They are already in that direction. You don't have to push them, you don't have to pull them. So I'm gonna be real with you. When you go to your friends, I mean, when you go to your family, sometimes when you go to your friends too, but mostly when you go to your family, when you go to your family with these new ideas, they don't want to hear it. Like you might be able to put your family onto a whole new way of life. And you could tell them how great it is, and they can see all of your pictures and your footage, and they will still just be like, "Yeah, that's good for you. That's great. You do it." And you like putting them on. Hey, come on, do this, do that. And they're like, "No, I'm good." How many of us got a family like that? Where because you can see their situation, that if they just apply a different way of living, they can just change something about their lives that would allow them to live easier and have a better life. I don't know about you all, but I love to be honest and be transparent. So I think it's just healthy, right? So you might not get rich with your day ones, but you can get rich with your day twos. So you're collaborating with people who are already doing what it is that you do or want to do. that you don't have to push, you don't have to fight, you don't have to convince, you don't have to persuade, you don't have to motivate, you don't have to encourage, you don't have to inspire. They are already inspired, already moving. You don't have to drag them to wake up to. Like one of the things I hate is being in a relationship with a woman and you have to drag her around. Like I know you want to lead, but Jesus, geez, like yeah, I gotta motivate you to work out. I gotta motivate you to eat healthy. I gotta motivate you to be better. Like just to be you. That's that's not that's like having a relationship tax. That's not really healthy. It's not a healthy relationship. So imagine you being that to yourself. How do you get the results you truly want? Okay, so now let's put it in a context where everyone can see this formula working in real time. Because it's hard for us to see it for ourselves, but it's easier for us to see it for other people. This is why we are good at giving great advice, but we're horrible at taking our own advice. And some of you probably growing out of that or have grown out of it. Like I'm growing out of that, right? Because I've done it to a point where it's like super well that I get paid for it. But if I'm being super transparent with you all, there's another level. Like there's people who do what I do or do the work in the realm of which I work in, but they get paid way more than me. They have way better life than me. How do I know that? Because I'm looking at myself from the past and I'm saying, wow, I wanted XYZ. I wanted what I have now. And now I'm looking at myself in the present and I'm looking to the future and I'm saying, I want a better life than what I have now. So I have to be better. This is why you see me doing all these other things. Like right now, I'm streaming to 4 different platforms, 3 different platforms right now. I wasn't doing that before, but I know I need to be more effective in less time. Where do you need to be more effective in less time at? Where do you need to master your mind so you can elevate your life and simplify your success? Where do you need to master? Because it's really not hard. It's just more about doing something that you might not want to do, but it might be the thing that's moving the needle forward. So that whole renovate, innovate, collaborate, this is a big deal because all the top businesses use this method. I'll show you and break it down to you. So when you think about Netflix, which industry did Netflix renovate? Like, first of all, let's just break it down. When you think about renovation, you think about real estate. So real estate renovation is you might come into a house that has been beaten down by the tenants. You have to renovate it now. It might be a full gut or it might be a little light rehab. Whatever it is, you still gonna have to fix it up. You have to clean it up. You have to make it look nice. Got to make it look brand new. So who do you need to become? You need to be someone brand new. You can still have the same inner workings. You can still have the same plumbing. You can still have the same system, the same setup, the same makeup, but you have to change the way that it is looking. So you have to renovate, bring in new countertops. You have to bring in the new cupboards. You have to do the floors. You have to make sure that's waxed, right? You got to polish it up. So whoever you are, you have to polish up the way that you speak. You have to polish up your confidence. You have to polish up your communication, your leadership, your execution, how fast that you can complete tasks, how effective you are with your time. You have to polish this stuff up. In order to get to another level, you have to be more polished. Do we agree or disagree? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, right? This is the inner work. This is the work. This is the inner work. And then when it comes to the innovation, this is the new appliances that you put inside the apartments or the house, right? You put in a new stove. Now you update the stove. You put a new refrigerator and you update the refrigerator, right? You have a new system, like they have microwaves or whatever, new faucet tops or, new sink. Like these are the things that are the innovation parts of how it's operating. New door handles, the operations part, right? You did the inner work. Now the operations part is the outer work, the way that you connect with others. Making sense so far? Making sense? And then the collaborations, you now got a new tenant in there, right? You got a new tenant. I do see someone have the hand up. I'll bring you up right after this, right after we go through the entire renovate, innovate, collaborate. So when you think about that, the real estate market has been doing that the whole time. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. They do it all the time. When they get a new tenant in, they renovate, innovate, collaborate. They've been doing it. Now let's look at the Netflix, like I mentioned. Which industry did Netflix renovate? Which industry did Netflix renovate? They renovated the movie rental industry. Remember who used to dominate the movie rental industry before Netflix? Who was it? Who was it? Blockbuster. Blockbuster used to dominate the movie rental industry before Netflix. They had what is it? What is it called? Redbox? They had Redbox, but everyone knows Blockbuster. Okay. Now, Blockbuster used to have a great model. They had a model where you could rent any movie and you could watch it for a whole week straight. It's yours. And then what? You have to bring it in and don't bring it in unrewind. Make sure you rewind that tape. They have VHSs. If that tape is not rewind, then guess what? You have to pay that fee. Look, I'm not paying that fee. I'm gonna make sure this thing is rewind. Okay, I'm not paying that fee. Here's a problem with the business. Every business creates a new problem. Every new problem creates a new business. Somebody put that in the chat. I gotta blow my nose really quick, so I'm gonna put some music on for you all, and I'll be right back. Give me a quick 1 minute. Give me a quick 1 minute. Be right back. A quick 1 minute.
One more than mine. Lace out the plan. Stretch out the vision.
We running again.
Hey, I design days like a playbook page. Color code goals and I live that way. Intervals inbox, calendar sprints. Brain doing burpees, focus on 10%. Boardroom baseline, pivot on the glass. Quarter-hour drills, how I handle the pass. Treat every loss like film I can watch. Slow it down, frame by frame, reload. Been it like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live. Hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked in quick. All right, cool. Remember, if you want any of those songs that you hear that's not on the soundtrack, let us know. That song is not on the soundtrack, by the way. So if you hear that and you're like, oh, I like that, let us know. We'll put some of those songs on the soundtrack pretty much faster than what we, planned it out. All right, cool. So we're at the renovate, innovate collaboration stage, right? So here we go. With Netflix, once again, they renovated the movie industry, movie rental industry. So Blockbuster, they had a nice model, right? They had a nice model. The model was, hey, you bring the DVDs. You come to our store, and it will give you DVDs, and we give you VHSs, and you could pick as many as you want. You could buy as many as you want, or rent as many as you want. And all you have to do is make sure you bring it back. If it's a VHS, you have to rewind it when you bring the VHS back. Every problem causes a new business. Every business causes a problem. Do we see that? Does that make sense? Let us know if that makes sense. Let us know if that makes sense. Every business creates a new problem, and every new problem creates a new business. So you can never run out of business. So don't get afraid. You just have to adapt. You have to renovate, innovate, collaborate. You have to be ahead of the game, because if you are behind, this is where you can get derailed. So even if you don't even have a business right now, even if you're not making any money right now, if you start using this method, you can start making money or collecting cash. Okay. So when you look at Blockbuster's method, Netflix looked at it and capitalized on it. So what they did was they renovated how the movie rental industry was. Instead of having to have all of the clients come out of the house and go to Blockbuster, Netflix said, I'm going to bring all of the movies to you. You see that? Just one move can change your entire life. One move can change your entire business. One move. Literally one move. Somebody put one move in the chat. You are one move away from a new beginning. So they said, okay, cool. Instead of having you have to bring all the DVDs and all of the VHSs when it's snowing and now you're racking up fees, Netflix said, hey, look, we'll bring all of the movies to you. How did they innovate it?
How did they innovate? Remember, every new business creates a new problem. Every new problem creates a new business. This is cyclical. That means you will forever be in business as long as you catch the loop. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Somebody put it down. I'm giving you game. I'm giving you the information. I'm giving you the blueprint right now. This is it. Even if you don't have a business, if you look at this model, you can make a business and you can make money. Even when it comes down to the lemonade stand on the street, renovate, innovate, collaborate. People are hot. People are walking around on the block. Hey, they have no access to the store right away. They want something cool to drink. Hey, kids outside, they love to support the kids. Hey, right here, you got a good support system that you can pay for. I mean, a good cause that you can buy into. You can get your drink and it's cheap. Hey, you did your service. You walk away, you're good. The kids make a little change, everybody's happy. Okay, renovate, innovate, collaborate. Same thing. So with Netflix, they're looking at them, they're looking at the market, they're looking at the block, they're seeing what's happening. They see that people are struggling with bringing back the DVDs and they're racking up expenses. They said, you know what? Blockbuster wanted to capitalize off the expenses, off the fees. You see that? You see how where they add the fees? The Blockbuster wanted to collect off the fees, but Netflix wanted to collect by not charging the fees. I hope that didn't go over your head just now. One business wanted to collect more money by charging more fees. One business wanted to collect more money by not having fees. Which business do you think had the better model with that line of innovation? Because even when Blockbuster innovated on doing the fee, that was an innovation because there wasn't a service like that before. So now people are taking, just like like we used to have library cards, right? And we would rent out books and do all of that stuff. They took that model. Blockbuster took that model. They took the library model and they used it for their business, which was smart. That was genius. So now they're charged late fees for people who bring back the tapes, late or bring back the movie DVDs late. Cool. Netflix said less is more. Somebody put less is more in the chat. Netflix said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the fees and now I'm going to get more people to buy into my program because I don't have the fees. You see how every problem creates a new business? Every new business creates a new problem. So Blockbuster created a new problem with their new business model by saying, hey, now we're going to add some fees in if you bring the DVDs late. Okay, cool. Netflix looked at it, that's not a problem. So this is where you can look at obstacles as opportunities. You see how sometimes in life we look at things like a downfall, but instead it could be a come up. And unfortunately, like a lot of scammers, they have that mindset where they can look at downfalls as come ups. They do. Unfortunately, that's the only thing about them that they actually have an optimistic mindset around that, around obstacle. So they could capitalize on people. But in business, you want to be able to look at the problems that arise from new business. Like think about it like this. My business is going to explode in the next 5 years because ChatGPT and all of these systems are going to take away most people's powers. It's already happening to you. When you're on a phone, you don't even remember numbers like you used to. You don't even do math like you used to. You need to use the calculator. You don't even remember names. You don't even remember who's in your phone. You got to go through your phone log to remember the person, to remember a person you need to call. You got to have an alarm tell you what to do. I'm telling you that you already have the superpower and the alarms were all created after you. When you get what we call a notification, you've been getting notifications. The phone was created after you. You've been having FaceTime. All you have to do is go stare at somebody else's face and talk to them in person. You've been having these things. So my business is going to take off in the next 5 years because a lot of people are going to lose their natural powers. I'm here to say, don't wait until your powers are fully stripped away for you to start looking for your powers. Go get them now. You have the ability to exercise. You have the ability to work out. You have the ability to make more money, compound the interest. You have the ability to connect. Be that person now. So let's continue to go into it. So when you look at Netflix is saying, how do I renovate, innovate, collaborate off of what Blockbuster's success is? You don't have to even have your own movies. Netflix didn't have their own movies. Okay. What they did was they started taking the movies and say, hey, can I license your movie? Can I license this? This movie, it's old shows. Remember when Netflix first came out, they had the old shows. They didn't have new shows. They had old shows. Hey, can I license this? And then they had shows from up and coming producers, right? People who made YouTube movies. And they gathered those people, and that became the new things. And then they say, you know what? Let's collaborate. Oh, wait, before we even get to the collaborate, let's finish out the innovation part. So the other part of the innovation, other than bringing all of the movies to them, they said, you know what? We're gonna have you have access to all of the movies for one low rate. You see, Blockbuster didn't do that. Blockbuster had access. You had access to all the movies. For each one of the movies, there was a low rate. I don't think y'all understand what I just said. Like Blockbuster's model was so good, $1 million model. Netflix model was so crazy that you probably didn't even think it could work right. I just want you to put it like this. Imagine I'm Blockbuster, and my Blockbuster, I'm making millions. I got millions of stores all across the world. Okay. And my model was winning because I got the late fees. That's like an added plus, just like how when you go to, it's called upsells. When you go to restaurants, they ask you to tip before you even get the service. How they asking you for a tip before you even get the service? But that's an upsell. Anyway, so the Blockbuster's model was winning. They're getting upsell, they're getting all this money up front or whatever, or even on the back end. Cool. Netflix is looking at that as a way to capitalize. It's saying, all right, you're charging everybody for every single movie. Every movie has a fee to it. Do you think that I would lose money if I'd said, everyone come into my Blockbuster store and you could take whatever DVD you want, all you got to do is just give me $9.99. You can take whatever DVD you want for the month, but you can take as many as you want. You can take 100 DVDs, but as long as you pay me $9, just pay me $9 each month. That seemed like you lose, right? Like you think about it. If each DVD right now costs $9 to rent, but I'm saying you could take all of them for just one payment of $9.99, it seems like I'm going to lose money, right? So it's only about the way that you operate. Hold on really fast. Hold on. Thank you all for building with me, and having patience. I told you, a little bit congested up there. So thank y'all for that. So when you think about Blockbuster, Blockbuster is having this whole model where basically now Netflix is giving all of that stuff away for free, but it's not that they're losing because they innovated on how they're doing it. So the way that they're operating, it's brand new, it's different, right? Remember when you used to have to buy CDs and you get the music from the CDs and you get to keep them? And you could burn them and you could make more music on different CDs and give them out to your friends or whatever. Or you could even sell that, even though that was pirating. But you got to keep the music. Apple Music used the same model, renovate, innovate, collaborate, and you're paying a subscription every month and you don't even keep the music. I want you to scratch your head on that because that's the backwards version of what we're talking about with the Netflix and Blockbuster. But they're still using my method. So renovate, innovate, collaborate. Netflix said, okay, we're going to give away all the movies for one low rate. That was a no-brainer. Yeah, they didn't make money up front at the beginning. Yeah, they were in debt up front in the beginning. Yes. Yes. Because it took a lot of money to be able to pull in these new collaborations to make sure that they now can have Netflix produced movies, right? So now they take another level, is the collaboration. Somebody put collaboration in the chat. So who do you need to collaborate with? Master your mind so you can elevate your life and simplify your success. It's not that hard. You just need to be out there talking about it because if people don't know you, people cannot pay you. Okay. So now that they're collaborating with the everyday movie maker and they're collaborating with the old shows to, license the old shows, everybody's winning now because now there's a new stream of income coming in for all of the actors from before who just had their stuff on TV and cable, and they was getting the royalties from there. Now they're getting checks from Netflix. So you see how that worked, right? Renovate, innovate, collaborate. Before you know it, Blockbuster model goes out the door. So now let's show you. Let's show you in real transparency. Naturally, you might say, if I was Blockbuster and I'm charging $9.99 for all of the DVDs, each DVD, $9.99, and somebody came to you and said, yo, man, I think you should not charge $9.99 for each DVD. I think you should give away all the DVDs for $9.99, but don't let them keep it. Just let them have it as long as they pay the $9.99. You get what I'm saying? As long as they, like, who in their right mind would say yes to that? Of course, Blockbuster would say no because it seemed like it doesn't make sense. Because it doesn't make sense without changing the mode of operation. So you can't do it with the physical copies. See, but that's what they were stuck on. They were stuck on DVDs, VHSs. They weren't thinking that, hey, look, let's put it in the cloud. Let's make it cloud-based. You see what I'm saying? So right now, what I'm saying to you might be like a head scratch. Like, I don't know how this makes sense to me. Well, you need to do the full 3 steps. You need to renovate how you move, your beliefs. You need to innovate what you do, and you need to collaborate with people who are already doing what you're doing or want what you have. Okay? So, with that being said, when you look at the models, right? Even when it comes down to the Apple Music used the same model. Renovate, innovate, collaborate. The music used to be physical. You used to be able to trade the music for the money, right? You trade the money for the music, rather, and you get the music. Once you got the music, you got to keep it. You got to keep the music. Now, Apple said, no. You know what we're doing? We're streaming. That means we hold the music and you pay us to listen to it. That's crazy. You mean to tell me over a course of 10 years, I done paid $1,000 for a song? Yeah, they got us. How did they get us like that? How did they do that to us? You mean to tell me that back in the day, you used to buy one landline phone, and you used to have that landline phone. Now you pay for the same phone over and over and over, and you just change the way it looks. If they can do that to us, what can we do? I'm sorry. I'll take a stand for us. If they can fool us like that, we need to be in this game and we need to get some money. We need to get some reparations from this. I'm sorry. We need to be able to sell too and get money too. Because you mean to tell me they do the same thing with apartments? They charge us $4,000, $5,000 to live in an apartment, and then they keep pushing the rent up. But guess what? The quality of the building, the quality of the apartment is dwindling every year. But they're pushing the rent up? Nah, I'm gonna do Airbnb now. And so I started living rent free in New York. I'm doing Airbnb now because now I'm gonna push the rent up. So now when my rent go up, now all I do is raise my price up. So if I'm making back my rent money and I'm making twice as much I'm making on the rent money and I'm only renting it out half the time, guess what? I got a free apartment and I have a surplus of money. And then I'm not at my apartment, half the time. But guess where I'm at now? Now that money that I got along with the job money, because I'm still got a job, but the money that I got now with the Airbnb, they're paying me to travel. Now my client is saying this to me. Theoretically, this is what's happening. Somebody's coming to your house and saying, hey man, look, I'm gonna pay you to go to Argentina this week. Go ahead, Argentina, but you got to let me stay in your place. You on the natural surface might go, no, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Why would I go to Argentina and you get to stay at my space? You see, but that's the trick right there. The trick is that way that you're thinking doesn't allow you to evolve with the time. That was just like Blockbuster. That was just like the mixtape CDs. It's the same thing. The way that you're thinking right there is the reason why you're not making the amount of money you want to make because it sounds wrong to you. It sounds like this is not the way. But I'm literally showing you with multiple billion-dollar businesses that they're using my model that I use that helped me to do the things that I'm telling you that you could do too. And it's all around us. But why don't we want to take that risk? You mean to tell me you're not gonna like traveling half of the days within your month and it's being paid for? While you're out traveling, somebody else is in your place paying for you to travel. Never mind. I think I said too much. I think y'all don't understand what I'm saying. I think maybe, I'm gonna put the music back on. I gotta put the music back on. Maybe I'm just I don't know what's happening. I don't think
What's I bleed for this? Leadership, hustle in my
don't
callous
think
fist.
that-
Get that brainwave switch, watch the whole world flip. From a thought
think I
to
gotta
a
shut
thing,
this
I
down.
design that script.
it's time to get
The runs
off.
run laps,
Rodney,
running
where you
down
at,
to
Rodney? It's time
loud.
for us to go work
I
out.
reroute tracks, take a different route. Connectivity buzzing like a huddle.
I probably gotta leave,
I
man.
pass vision out, then we all attach. Chest day meetings, leg day calls. Heavy decision, low reps, high cost. Still I stack habits like reps on a rack. Discipline deposit, interest comes back.
Who leads when it hurts? Who speaks when it's tense? Who shares every win?
You think they understood what I was
Holds every L.
saying? Bro, if somebody came to your house and told you, hey, I'm gonna pay you for you to go to Argentina, but you gotta let me stay here though. You're gonna look at something like, no, I'm not going there.
Heart rate rise, but I still embrace it. Business like
Watch,
sports.
hold on. I'm gonna turn this down. Let me turn
Money,
this down.
power, respect that game. I hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked.
That song is such a good song, man. That song is such a good song, bro. Like these are all the songs that I made, man. It's such a good song. I gotta let you have these, bro. I got you. All right. So let me finish telling the chat what's going on because I think they're playing games. Takisha, we had a one-on-one and I gave you a whole blueprint. Like, you know exactly what I'm saying, right? Come on. Come on. If somebody came to your house right now, Rodney, and they go to you, hey, look, I'm gonna pay you. You can go to Argentina for a week. I'm gonna pay you, but you gotta let me stay in your place. You say yes to it's a stranger. You say yes or you say no. It's a stranger. You don't know him. Do you say yes or no? You say no. Yo, put the answer in the chat. Do you say yes or no? I'm telling you, you're gonna say no. And the reason why you're going to say no is because that's your belief. And in order for you to change and transform to become somebody bigger and better, you must change your beliefs. I'm telling you, before I was doing Airbnb, right? Doing Airbnb. So, all my partners, they was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like, trust what I'm saying to you. It just makes so much sense. But they couldn't see it. One of my brothers, he trusted me, Rob. So me and Rob, I said, Rob, what I need you to do is this. I need you to take care of the laundry and do all that stuff, and I'll take care of the clients because I'm good with personal connections and doing customer service, right? So Rob said, okay, cool. Once Rob saw the money, what do you think Rob said to me? Once Rob saw the money, what do you think he said? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What do you think he said? He said, yeah, but what's up? Let's do some more. Now imagine that you turn it up a notch, where now you take that same information, right? You do the same thing where you're renting out this space. They're paying you to be in your space. But now you are traveling with that money and you're recording it and then showing other people how to do it. And now you're making money off the other people that's showing you that's asking you to show them how to do it. Do you not get what I just said to you? We'll just open up what just happened to you. That apartment that you were worrying about, you no longer have to worry about. Because guess what's happening? Now that apartment is booked out 30 days out the month. And you know where you live? You live in a better place now. You live in a better place now. You don't even live in the same apartment anymore. You live in a better place now. But see, you weren't thinking about that because you were thinking about what you were going to lose versus thinking about what you were going to gain. And that's the reason why you need to use the ROC method, because it will show you to think about what you are going to get. So you're thinking about the price. You're thinking about what you're going to pay. ROC method is showing you what is going to be the payoff. Now, instead of having that one stream of income, you got multiple streams of income. And guess what's happening? It's paying for your lifestyle. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to even go ahead and have a bigger and better house. I'm not even saying that. You could do something like I did. You can go and downsize your house. And now you done open up the whole cash flow. Let me just give you an example. If you're in New York City, you're paying $4,000 a month on rent. If you're paying $4,000 a month on rent, you probably have a nice place that you can Airbnb for over $200 a night or over $150 a night. People love Airbnb more than they love hotels, depending on, what type of target audience, So what I'm saying to you is, if you can make it a little bit cheaper than the hotel, but they have way more amenities, you live in a building that has more amenities, then they can use your amenities, you just beat out the hotel. So people are going to book you more than they're going to book anyone else. I'm telling you from my own experience how I lived rent-free in New York City. And then you're paying $4,000 a month for rent. But guess what you do now? Instead of paying $4,000 a month on rent, you now downsize. That property that you used to live in, that apartment that was so great, just becomes a rental property. Because guess what? Now you're moving out the country. I'm going to give you an idea. Some of y'all don't even want to get out the country. Some of y'all don't even want to leave the country. I get it. I get it. Totally get it. But do you know that the same amount of money that you spent in this country, if you used to take that money and go out the country with, you could be living like a king, you could live like a queen? Uh-oh. Now I think some people are starting to wake up now. Now I think they're starting to wake up now. So now you downsize from $4,000 to $1,000 place. And you're not really worried about that because you're traveling anyway. So this $1,000 place is already paid for you by the end of the first week of you renting out that other apartment that you used to live in. So you're not even there half the time. You're gone. You're living a different life. And now that you live a different life, other people are throwing money at you. Other people want to know how you do it. Other people want you to pay to do mentorship. Okay, now you just got the sauce. Never mind. I think I should stop. Let me stop. I'll go back to playing the music. I'll go back to playing the music. I don't think they want to hear. This is why I don't talk about this stuff. This is why I just talk about monsters, because I think what I'm saying is so far-fetched, it's really not even that far-fetched. Like, they're doing it to us every day. They're doing it to us every day. We're paying for a cell phone. We rent phones every day. And come on, man. No, run it back. Run that song back to the top. Drop the mic on y'all tonight. Y'all playing games with me. Playing games with me. I got two options for y'all. $50 or $100. Two options. You can do my virtual community for $50. You can do the in-person meetup for $100. $100 a month. DM me which one you want. For the $50 a month, you get access to our leadership calls. Obviously, you're going to get the Mindset Mondays calls. You're going to get the Saturday calls. I'm telling you right now. But if you want to step into that next level, go ahead and put $100 down. It's only $100. Only $50. You choose your route. In fact, put it in the chat. Which one do you want? Put it in the chat. You can't even put it in the chat. You don't want it. I'm only talking to people who want it. Because if you look what I'm giving you right now,
money, power, respect that game.
You gotta get on my inner circle, man. You gotta get on my inner circle.
From the ground to the peak, yeah, I built that.
The mini circle.
Business like sports, I bleed for this. Leadership, hustle in my catalyst fist. Get that brainwave switch, watch the whole world flip. From a thought to a thing, I design that script.
Are you looking to
No
go
one's
to the
run
next
last
level, or
when
you
the
looking to
doubt
stay the
so
same?
loud.
Let me know. I'm
I
talking
reroute
about
tracks,
tonight.
take a different
I
route.
need you to put it down
Connectivity
tonight.
buzzing
Don't tell
like
me
a
in the
huddle
chat if
at
you're not
half.
willing to
I
put it
pass
down
vision
tonight.
out, then we all attach. Chest day meetings, leg day calls.
I just
Heavy
told you the
decision, low
renovate,
rep, high
innovate,
cost.
collaborate
Still I
method.
stack habits
I'm not
like reps on
making
a
this
rack.
up.
Discipline
I'm looking
deposit,
at what is
interest comes
already
back.
working.
Who leads when it hurts? Who speaks when it's tense?
When is it time for us to
Who
step up to the
shares
next
every
level?
win?
When are we
Who
breaking the
holds
chains
every L?
from being scared?
I coach my own
Step
mind
into
from
your
the
power.
bench to the
Mindset
hill.
mastery tonight.
Every thought is a drill.
If people don't know you, they can't pay you. I'm sorry.
FACE,
Get
race,
access to
heart
our
rate
leadership
rise, but I
call
still
on
embrace
Monday,
it. Business
8:30
like
a.m.
sports, I
Central Standard
train
Time.
for this.
You're gonna get
Money,
a
power,
private
respect
call.
that game, my league. Get that brain
We'll figure
wave
out them
switch,
dates
then I'm
for you
locked
based
in.
upon your
From the ground to
schedule.
the peak, yeah, I built that.
Okay? Yes, what are you thinking? Cool. What's going on? 11-11, make a wish. Brand new. 11-11, new beginning. Let me know in the chat. What's your new beginning?
Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect that game I live.
Y'all hear what we said in this song? Business like sports. Money, power, respect. I train for this. This is not something you get up and just wake up and it just happens for you. You have to really be the person that earns the right to have the experience. I'm telling you from experience, you don't have to listen to me. You listen to yourself. You are already great. You are already amazing. What's stopping you? What's stopping you is skill stacking. You need to skill stack. You need to stack your skills. Confidence, leadership, communication, execution, organization. You need to stack these skill sets. These are the skill sets you win anywhere in any arena. I'm not here to talk about funding. I'm not here to talk about credit repair. I'm not here to talk about none of that. I'm here to talk about things that would give you lifelong abilities to create the possibility that you truly want in any arena, in any room. And I've done it and you see me do it. You see me. Every person who know me, they seen it. All of my journey has been put on a blast, has been put on Front Street. You've all seen it. Nothing to hide, nothing to complain about, nothing to fake. It's all real. If you want to step into your next level of life, you have to become more effective in less time. In fact, I don't even want you booking on my calendar if you did not get to become more effective in less time. Book. Fem Della Fem, what's going on? Love you, my brother. What's happening? If you did not get to becoming more effective in less time, book. Don't even book on my calendar because you don't have the internal system. That's a prerequisite. I didn't have it as a prerequisite before. It's a prerequisite now. You need to become more effective in less time book because I need to refer to some of those things to you. And I need to know and you can execute on what we're talking about. So before we close up, I will show you one last dynamic. The RIC method. Renovate, innovate, collaborate, whether you believe it or not. The best companies are using this. The top of the top, the cream of the crop. The reason why I turn my annual income into a daily income, into being able to get it in a week, to be able to have it in a day. You've seen it all, right? The reason why this is here is because of this method. And I'm showing you that these other companies are utilizing the same method. RIC. It does not matter. Even if you're not looking to create money and you're looking just to create better connections with your family and friends, it still works because you know everything I do works through systems. So that way it's universal and can be applied to any arena. Why? Because all relationships are businesses and all businesses are relationships. So if you're not working on your relationship, you're not working on your business. If you can't handle a relationship, you can't handle business. You don't have a business life and a personal life. It's one life. If your legs get chopped off after 5 p.m. on after work, in your business life, in your personal life, it still trickles down to your business life and your personal life. It does not matter. It's all the same. When you start handling your business and you start realizing that you are the business, you are that most attractive character, you are the MVP of your life, that's when your life changes. So I'm going to give you all the opportunity. $50 you can get into the community. That's the virtual community. So when we do mogul meetups, you not don't even expect to come to the mogul meetups. If you do the $100, then yes, you can expect to come to the mogul meetups. when we do it in person. Okay. Now let's just say you in some far place where we don't do mogul meetups. Then guess what? We'll just do a call with you. And you already know the calls are $500. So if we're doing a call with you and you paid $100, that you should be scratching your head like, why are you giving it away for free like that? Well, we just told you why. Because we know the method. We know that if we give this away to you at this price, this is a no-brainer. We already know this. We're not worried about one person. You paying me $500 or you paying me $100 does more for you than it does for me. That $500, we just spent that on a trip. That's the first day. That's day one. That $100, I don't even see that. That go to some phone. That go to my employees. I don't know what. We don't see that. So you're not doing me a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. But you know what I'm doing? I'm building my legacy. So when you look at me and you think about me, you go, damn, that man helped me become more effective in less time. Damn, that man really cared about me. He sat down and poured into me. Damn, that man really listened to me. Yeah, that man is real. I'm doing it because I'm real. That's why I'm doing this. Now, I'll let you know, if you don't want to go through this, that's on you. $50, DM me 50. If you want the $50, you're going to get access to our leadership call for sure. You're going to access, obviously, to all of our bonuses, the mindset reset, the mindset Mondays. You'll get access to Love Plus, so you can do the developmental challenges. You get all of that stuff. But if you do the $100 package, you're going to be one of the people who get to access to our our mogul meetups, and you'll also get the goal trackers. Okay. Now, inside of that, we have other perks that we're going to do for you as well. We have a team meeting, all these other things that we'll do. But I'm going to say this last part for the Renovate, Innovate, Collaborate, and then we'll move forward and close it out. So even when you look at Amazon, right? We're talking about all the big businesses. I'm telling you, they're utilizing this method. Which industry did the Amazon renovate? Which industry did Amazon renovate? Let me know in the chat. I'm surprised we didn't have a lot of people on today. I'm surprised. Oh, because we went late today. That's why. We usually go at 7:30. So they probably missed it. So let me know in the chat. Which industry did Amazon renovate? I'm showing you how all of them used our products. All of them did it. Used our framework. They all used it. They renovated the online shopping mall. So some of y'all don't know, but they had Sears, they had East Bay, they had all these other programs that, online shopping. They renovated this whole online shopping thing. How did they renovate it? How did they renovate it? We know how they innovated it, but how did they renovate it first? How did they take what's already there and make it a little bit better? Just like how Netflix did with Blockbuster. They had movie rentals. Blockbuster had movie rentals, but Blockbuster said, hey, y'all all have to come into my store. Netflix said, you know what? We're going to bring the store to you, right to your house. And honestly, Apple TV was one of the first ones to actually do all of that. So shout out to Apple TV. But let's get back to it. So Amazon, what did they do? What did they do? How did they renovate the online shopping space? They made it into an app. See how simple that was? Like, but we're guessing, we don't even know. Like, damn, what did they do? But all they did was put it on an app. Yes, Kedra, they made it convenient. They put it on an app. So now you can get notifications. Now you can get alerts, you get all this other stuff going on. But Sears, you couldn't get all that. You had to actually go through the paper. Remember, it used to be a book. I was a kid, so I'm just telling you what I remember. It used to be a book. You have to go through a book and you have to order it, tell them what you want, and then they have to ship it to you. Amazon put it on. You don't have to talk to anybody. You click buttons. Think about it. You click buttons and then strangers bring your products to you. Does that sound like another big $1 billion business, $1 million business that use the same model? You don't have to talk to anybody. You click buttons and then a stranger brings you the product. Never mind. I think I should just go back to playing music because I think they don't get what I'm saying. Maybe it's me. I'm gonna go back to playing the music. What's up? What's up, Allison? So you have a prime time opportunity. When you look at Amazon, look at what they did. Renovated, innovated, collaborate. They renovated. They say, you know what? Let's do this. Let's make an app. Let's have the store in your palm of your hands. Let's have the store in your pocket. Nah, I think y'all don't understand. That's unheard of during that time. Let's have the the mall in your pocket. What? The mall in your pocket? Yeah, that's like something you might not even comprehend. Just like when I said about the Airbnb, how Airbnb said, "Hey, look, a stranger is going to come to your house and tell you, I'm going to pay you X, Y, and Z so you can go get out the house and I'm going to stay in your house." You're going to say no to that. You see how you say no to the opportunities that will actually get you wealthy? That's what you're doing. You're doing that. So when I'm telling you these things, you might not understand it. You might not understand it. Let's continue to take down this walk. So, okay, they said RIC, renovate, innovate, collaborate. So now we know they renovated. They put it in an app. They put the online shopping space in an app. What did they do to innovate it? Everybody knows this part. Everybody knows this part. Everyone. Even if you don't know the method, you know how they innovated it. How did Amazon innovate online shopping? Remember, innovation is how it operates, right? The mode of operation. You remember back when it used to be 7 to 10 business days before you got your stuff? You remember that? The same company, USPS, now works for them. Remember USPS? They didn't even want to do 2 day shipping. They said no, 5 business days, 3 business days, 10 business days, or whatever, 7 business days. They didn't even want to do 2. Now they work for Amazon. Now you can get it in a day. Now you can get it same day delivery. Oh, come on, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. That's how big they got. That's how big the idea got. And they got it in the same day. Maybe y'all missing something. I'm gonna say it to you again. If they, which is Amazon, came to you and said, "Hey, what I want you to do is I want you to order from my site, and I'm going to bring this to you in a day." You say yes, do it, bring it in a day. But a stranger is gonna have to bring it to your house. I'm gonna have a stranger bring it to your house. You probably would have said no. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you from the way that you think, because the way that you were trained to think. I'm telling you, and you're gonna say no. Just like how they used to tell you, don't ride in a car with strangers. Now everybody's riding in a car with strangers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it's time to go to bed. It's 11:30. Typically we are done by 9:30, right? We don't ever be on past 9:30, but we started at 9 something, 10 o'clock, right? And I didn't even have mindset max out. What I'm saying to you is the things that we're saying to you will naturally not sound like good ideas. They won't sound like them. Naturally, it just won't sound good. But in actuality, it's a perfect idea. Don't get in a car with strangers sounds so perfect. That just sounds so good to you. So why in the heck is it a $1 billion business? Why? Even when it comes down to public transportation, trains, buses, that's a stranger. You don't know those people, but you still ride with them. So you thinking what you think in the beliefs that you have right now just may not be the beliefs that's going to get you to the next level. And I'm not saying it because I'm saying it because it hasn't gotten you there. That's why I'm saying it to you, because it already didn't get you there. Your life that you have right now, you already don't want that life. Okay, so what do? We renovate, innovate, and collaborate. That's how we do it. Okay, let's continue to break it down. So Amazon, they innovated with 2 day shipping. Now you see a lot of stores and you see a lot of companies doing what they're doing. Now you see a bunch of other stores. And guess what they did? They collaborated. Amazon didn't sell their own products. Amazon was selling products from other people. Oh, I think y'all bugging. I think y'all got me tripping right now. I think I just told y'all. Apple didn't make music. They sold other people's music. Airbnb did not have their own properties. They're leasing out other people's properties. Never mind. Do I have to keep going on? Yeah, keep going on. Amazon did not own their own products. They're leasing out other people's product. They're the bridge to getting the products done. They're shipping the products out. Uber did not own their own vehicles. They're hiring people who already have vehicles. Do you see how we all get caught up with like, I need to start with something. I need to be perfect, or I need to make sure I know what's gonna happen. You need to know the plan. The plan is renovate, innovate, collaborate. That's the plan. And you need to make sure that you can renovate and collaborate with other people who has something that's innovative. Bottom line. Bottom line, I just showed you 4, 5, 6 ways of how they're doing this stuff. And you still at home, sitting at home, wondering if you should pay me. What? That don't even make sense. I just told you the stuff that we're saying to you might not make sense to you because it's not supposed to make sense to you. Why? Because they're training you to be a consumer, not to be the producer. So if they're training you to be the consumer, that means you're seeing it from the opposite angle. That's why when your family tell you don't ride with strangers, you think that's actually a smart idea. What? Strangers are going to be the ones that pay you. Strangers are the people that's actually paying you. You probably don't even know your boss. Your boss probably doesn't even know you. Your actual boss. I'm talking about the person who owns the company. They probably don't even know you. You probably don't even know them. Okay, put a one in the chat if you know the boss. Put a one in the chat right now if you know the owner of the company that you work for. Put a one in the chat. You know them. See, when I used to do graphics for Netflix and Roku, I knew the owners. I had meetings with these people. I sat down, they told me to look at the books. I build pitch decks for these people. I'm seeing $5 million on the payroll. I mean, not on the payroll, on the expected income. I'm seeing it. Do you know the owner of the company? If you know the owner of the company, do you connect with them? Do you build with them? Because if you don't, you should. I'm sorry, I was neglecting my I'm neglecting who was on Zoom. Forgive me, YouTube and Zoom. I was only talking to Instagram. Forgive me. So if you know that person, you should be building with that person. You should be getting into that space. Okay, what level can I get to? Now that you know the renovate, innovate, collaborate method, you could apply it to get promotions. That's what I did. I got promoted 3 times. In 1 year, they had to stop it. They had to stop it. No, 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 no. We can't keep promoting you, bro. What we need to do now, we're gonna have a standard evaluation every 6 months. We can't keep paying you out this type of money. And I realized that's when it hit me. It's like, oh shoot, damn. Like they only truly want you to just not surpass them. So if you work for somebody who says you can't surpass me, then you will always be working under them in a limited way. It's not a problem. But what you want to do is you want to be mindful of all of this and you want to use it to your advantage. So let's just run it back one last time so that we know what's going on and we'll close it out strong. So when you look at Amazon, you know that they innovated the online shopping space and they innovated it, the online shopping space with 2-day shipping, right? 2-day shipping. How did they collaborate? They collaborated with people who made products. Amazon wasn't making their own products. Amazon was a book company, right? They were selling to other people's products. Did I not just tell you all of these businesses, they sold other people's products? I literally just told you all of these businesses who did renovate, innovate, collaborate, and they sold other people's products. Didn't even sell their own products at first. They sold other people's products. That's how easy it is for you to get in the game. Somebody put in the chat, put me in the game, coach. You don't even need to make your own product. You can start selling other people's products. On my site right now, I said, hey, I'm giving 40% to whoever sells these products. So if you want to be an affiliate with me, DM me the words affiliate. If you want me to show you how to do all of this, then you should get into the community. $50, you can get into the community, $50 a month. You're gonna get access to our mindset resets. Obviously, those are the bonuses. Mindset reset is a bonus. Mindset Monday is a bonus. Any type of live we do is a bonus. But you're going to get access to our Love Plus platform with all the developmental challenges so that way you can be successful. You can skill stack. I'm talking about confidence. I'm talking about courage, leadership. I'm talking about being able to have public speaking skills. That way you can talk to anyone and everywhere. I'm talking about execution, organization, so you can step into your greatest power. That's the true power. Skill stacking, not just doing tasks. Skill stacking. Because when your body moves, your brain grooves. So when you're learning new skills, you're learning where to put things. So you're being able to master your mind, elevate your life, and simplify your success. You're building out systems, and the systems save you significant time, energy, and money. And that is what is allowing you to be able to travel or to make more money or to be able to do the things that you love to do with the people you love to do them with instead of having to work overtime, instead of having to work too much, instead of having to work all day where you don't get to love yourself. Okay. If you have a job where you only work 4 days a week, but you have to work like 12 hours a week, all right, that's cool. You got 3 day weekend. If you have a job where you only work 3 days a week, but you have to work 16 hours, I get it. But at the end of the day, as long as you are knowing what you're getting into and it's working for you, then hey, it's working for you. Some people don't want to be effective with the time that they have. Some people want to lollygag. Some people want to play around. I'm telling you, the businesses that are making a lot of money, they are after this. How can I be more effective in less time? That's what they're doing. Amazon, that's what they did. So now when you see Google, even Google, right? Google buying up other businesses, all of the businesses buying AI. Why? Because they want to be more effective in less time. They know that this is the route. Why do you drive to work instead of walking to work? Because you want to be more effective in less time. Why did you order food to have it delivered to you? Because you want to be more effective in less time. Everything I said tonight is not anything new. You already know this. The issue is it's not organized in your mind properly. It's scattered. And if it's scattered, guess what's happening? You're going to get a little bit from over here. You're going to get a little bit of attention over here. Your mind is distracted. Anytime you have distractions, it causes subtractions. I'm not coming at anybody. I'm not looking down on you. I'm not saying anything. I'm waking you up and I'm saying, get over here because your butt has been over there for too long. Get inside, work with me. Let me help you grow to another level. And then you go do the same for other people. And this is how we build a long list of leaders in this world where we all can become better people, better humans, better life. You might not get rich with your day ones, but you can get rich with your day twos. And also, we're doing a running program. So basically a workout program. So we have virtual workouts, but if you want to come with us in person, that $100 that you pay will already cover that. You come out and run with us, that $100 will already cover that. You want to come out and run with us. So as I'm shutting this down now, give you time, give you your time back. If you want to get this offer today, DM me. You get access to our community. Okay, $50 a month. If you want the next level, the premium tier, it's $100 a month. Inside the $50 a month, you don't get one-on-ones with me. You don't do any of that. You already know my one-on-ones cost $500, and that's for people that's in my community. But what we are doing for the people who do pay the premium, which is $100, we will be gifting you with some one-on-ones, little 15-minute calls here and there. We will gift you with that. You will get the goal trackers. You will have the developmental paths. We will give you the systems. We will give you the challenges. We will have you be able to come out to the mogul meetups and meet us in person. You will. If you just have the virtual pass, that's fine. You'll still get a lot of love. You'll still get a lot of energy. You already know. You see it. Some of you got it for free. But it's a different level when you play and you pay. It's a different level. All right. So I'm out of here. Do we have any questions? Do we have any concerns before I go? Let me know in the chat. Do you have any questions you want to come up and share? You want to ask me anything? You want me to pull you up? You don't have to have your camera on, by the way. You don't have to have your camera on, by the way. You don't have to have your camera on, by the way. Let me know. All right. So if I don't see any hands coming up, if I don't see any requests, then I know that we're all good. So once again, DM me if you want the community. So DM me the words community. If you want the DM me the word community if you want the community, and then let me know the $50 or $100. Once again, we do have our Mindset Reset networking group on Saturday. We're going to have a lot more people in these groups coming up because we have a wave of challenges coming. And you already know how we do during the wave of challenges. We're talking about 200, 300 people. So what I would suggest for you, that if you know 200 and 300 people are going to show up, you should already be in this community. So that way, when they do show up, you can also still be able to use those people as partners and as clients, because some of those people want what you have. But if you don't position yourself now, you're going to get lost in the sauce. I just told you 200, 300 people. Yes, you already know how we do on these challenges. There's nothing new. So get into the community, get yourself situated, get positioned, because some of you already have businesses. And then when these people come in, build with them, network with them, really make it live, because some of y'all in the same cities. Go out with each other, build, because you might just be one partner away from creating the life that you truly want. You're not doing it by yourself. That's a guarantee. You might not get rich with your day ones, but you'll get rich with your day twos. All right. So if you want access to our community, $50 a month, go ahead and DM me the words community. If you want access to our community and you want the in-person events, go ahead and DM us community. Okay, that's $100 a month. That's a steal of a deal. I'm done with this tonight. It's time to put the music back on. You are the best of the best, the top of the top, cream of the crop. And thank y'all for bearing with me, because I know I'm congested, but we'll get all of this worked out, okay? We'll get all of this worked out. In the meantime, we're going back to the music. I have to play that song one more time. That song is so fire to me. It's not on our YouTube yet, but I'm thinking about, dropping it early or putting it up early. This one is called I Trained for This. Okay, this is the Brainwave Switch. DM me the word community tonight. Get access to the community tonight. $50. Only $50 a month. And if you want that $100, you want that exclusive premium, then go get the $100, okay? It is what it is. I'm looking to help you out. I'm looking to build, but if you can't help yourself, there's nothing I can do. Y'all already know these programs cost $10,000. You already know the programs cost $5,000, $7,000. Give them to you for pennies on the dollar, and if you don't take it, that's on you. Got nothing to do with me. I done gave it all to you. Peace, love, and beautiful energy. Don't let anyone tell you you aren't the best, because you are. You are unstoppable. Your next level is loaded.
Slow it down, frame by frame, reload. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live. Hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked in quick. From the ground to the peak, yeah, I built that brick. Business like sports, I bleed for this. Leadership, hustle in my callous fist. Hit that brainwave switch, watch the whole world flip. From a thought to a thing, I design that script. Neurons run laps when the doubt's so loud. I reroute tracks, take a different route. Connectivity buzzing like a huddle at half. I pass vision out, then we all attach. Chest day meetings, leg day calls. Heavy decision, low risk, high cost. Still I stack habits like reps on a rack. Discipline deposit, interest comes back.
Who leads when it hurts? Who speaks when it's tense? Who shares every win? Who holds every L? I coach my own mind from the bench to the hill. Every thought is a drill. Every fear gets spelled.
FACE, racing, heart rate rise, but I still embrace it. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live. Hit that brainwave switch, then I'm locked in quick. From the ground to the peak, yeah, I built that brick. Business like sports, I train for this. Money, power, respect, that game I live.
wake up different. Brain rewired overnight, same old mirror. But the eyes got higher light, turn my doubts into data that I track. Every setback is a map to bounce me back. Yeah. I've been studying my fears like a science, turning every little can to compliance. Every thought is a choice, redesign it. Watch me, watch me. New pathways, firing like fireworks in my head. Yeah. Big paydays coming from the work that I bled. Power in my pocket, respect when I walk in. Growth in my veins, I change and I lock in. Transform, transform. I'm paid in ways you can't ignore. New pathways, I'll never think the way I did before. The pressure hit my chest, now I breathe. Turn that pressure into flex, count these wins. Like I used to count my flaws, stacking habits till they turn to written laws. I've been training every thought like a muscle. Every maybe that I had, now it hustles. Fire in my mind for the hustle and the hustle. Watch me, watch me. New pathways, firing like fireworks in my head. Big paydays coming from the work that I bled. Power in my pocket, respect when I walk. My veins, I change and I lock in. Transform, transform. I'm paid in ways you can't ignore. From panic to power, from story to fact, I rewrite the hour, I redraw the map. From silence to speaking, from waiting to act. Every tiny decision is compounding my new pathways, firing like fireworks in my head. Big paydays coming from the work that I bled. Power in my pocket, respect when I walk in. Growth in my veins, I change and I lock in. Transform, transform. I'm paid in ways you can't adore.
Shutting down. We're shutting down. It's over. It's over. It's over. You got to come back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on Zoom and we're on YouTube. Stop it.
Hey.
Love and beautiful energy.
Eyes open in the morning, mind moving like a